Hey everyone, how you doing? Happy New Year. Welcome to 2022, or let me say it a little bit more clear. Welcome to the first work day for many of 2022. I don't know about you, but it was so great to have a restful weekend or an incredible holiday season and just feel recuperated, re-energized, and ready to tackle 2022. So thankful to be here as well because the reality is a lot of people didn't make it in 2021 into 2022. But the fact that I'm here and I'm breathing, I'm living, I have family, I have friends, I'm so grateful about that. And so I want to just first and foremost welcome you into 2022. Is one of my goals is to do a little bit more Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn Live, and just share some knowledge and some wisdom and some empowerment that has been really beneficial for me, not only in 2021, but also throughout my career as a speaker. For those of you that don't know who I am, my name is Dr. Joshua Fredenberg. I'm a national speaker, author of 7 books, and president of the incredible Circle of Change Leadership Experience. And really what I want to talk about today is I want to talk about this concept of habits. I think habits are so important. And for the last month of 2021, I began to read a book called Atomic Habits. It's a phenomenal book. I encourage people to get the book. But within the book, they talk about the power of your environment, and they talk about how your environment can have a direct impact on the manifestation, on your ability to implement certain winning habits. And this is, they go so far to say this. They say, if you're going to implement winning habits, if you're going to see the transformational power of setting and executing a variety of habits that turn into wins, then you have to be aware of the environment in which you created. And one of the examples that I share with people all the time is I let them know, I talk about when you want to lose weight. I don't know about you, but I want to lose weight in 2022. Someone say, oh yeah. And one of the things I tell people all the time is if I'm going to lose weight, I got to be not only careful of my calories, not only do I got to work out, but I got to be careful with what I eat. And I think one of the most challenging things that derails us from actually losing weight or implementing winning habits is what I call those late night creeps. You know, those times when you wake up at about 10, 11, or 12 at night and you have that craving, you have that hunger, and you open your refrigerator, and what's in your refrigerator, there's donuts, there's cookies, there's chips, there's sodas. Everything that is not good for your goal of losing weight is in the refrigerator. And literally, although you really want to implement the habits and you really want to create these winning outcomes, it's really difficult because the environment that has been created is actually derailing you from success because you have not put the right food in the refrigerator and you don't have the right food around. And so one of the things that I talk about is if I'm going to implement winning habits, if I'm going to win, then I got to be strategic and intentional, watch this, with my environment. In essence, instead of donuts, I might have vegetables. Instead of chips, I might have fruits. Instead of a soft drink, I may have water. Whatever the case is, you want to make sure that your environment is conducive to the habits you're trying to implement in order to win. Because so many times we come into this new year, we're excited and we have these resolutions. It's going to be an incredible year, but we never focus on the environment. What environment are you creating in 2022 that's going to enable you to implement winning habits? Is it friends? Is it location? Is it the smell? Is it the music? Now, let me go back. Right? You say the smell. Yes, I found that smell can have an impact. Have you ever walked into this hotel or you walked into a store and it just smelled so good? It literally affects you and it empowers you. And so we want to ask the question, are we creating the right environment? Are we being intentional about creating the right things that are conducive in order for us to implement the winning habits to win, to thrive, and to succeed in 2022? And so this is one of the things that I learned in the book, and I thought it was so powerful because so many people, when the year starts, we have the vision board, we have the habits, we have the goals, but we never consider the environment. And so what I want to challenge you to do in this new year is not only create the habits, not only create the goals, not only create the strategy, not only create the vision board, not only create the vision, but determine what type of environment must I create in order to position myself for the implementation and positive results of winning habits. What do I need to take out? What do I need to add? What do I need to adjust? What do I not need to adjust? Who do I not need to be around with? What do I not need to listen to? Who do I not need to talk to? I don't know what environment you need that is conducive for your success, but what I do know is our environment affects the implementation of our habits. And so as we get ready to go into 2022, not only am I creating winning habits, but I am also creating an environment that is conducive for me to see the positive results of winning habits. Shout out to Claudia. Claudia, hello, happy New Year's. Thank you for coming on today as well. I see you in the chat on Facebook. Happy New Year as we are talking about the habits. What habits, what environment am I creating for results, for success in 2022? This is the first thing that I want to share today that I think is so important, because one of the things I noticed in the book Atomic Habits is the habits that we create make such an impact in our lives. And so from a practical standpoint, because again, I don't want to just give you information and I don't want to just share. From a practical standpoint, this is what I want to challenge you to do. Number one, write 5 to 7 habits. What are 5 to 7 winning habits that are going to position you for great success in 2022? Just 5 to 7. And then on the other side, write 5 to 7 habits or 5 to 7 things that you need to create within your environment to ensure that you see the results of the winning habit. So here's the homework on Monday, January 3rd, 2022. I'm going to create the habits, and then I'm going to create the environment that is required in order to see the execution and the results of the winning habits in 2022. I'll share a secret with you. 3 habits that I'm implementing right away. Number 1, I'm getting back to my prayer life. Been so busy traveling across the country, haven't really taken that 30 minutes to an hour daily time of prayer. 2022, it's coming back. Another habit, meditation, sitting there and just reflecting and imagining and just imagining where I want to go, imagining the vision, what it feels like to be in this place that I desire in 2022. Number 3, affirmation. Yes, you got to speak to yourself. You got to remind yourself how awesome, how great, and how amazing you are. And here's the 4th one, reading. Yes, reading. My goal is every day to take some time to read and to develop more insight, more knowledge in my area of expertise. These are my 4 habits. Now, in order to do that, I got to make sure I create the time. I got to create the location to read. I got to create the location of prayer. I got to have the right music in order to see the results of these habits in 2022. And this is what I believe. I believe that if I can stay disciplined with these habits and create the right environment, I believe that I'm going to grow, I'm going to evolve, and I'm going to see some things manifest in my life that I'm believing to manifest in 2022. I want to thank you all so much for taking this moment to take 10 minutes of inspiration, motivation, and empowerment on January 3rd, 2022. Again, I'm going to be on these platforms a lot more in 2022, hopefully, because I definitely want to share insight, empower people, and inspire people to reach their fullest potential. In addition to that, make sure you share this. If you know someone that needs to hear this message, if you know someone that needs to work on their habits or create the environment, share. Again, I say share. And again, I say share with people. And if you're watching this later, it's okay. You can watch it later and still share, but share these messages with people, because what I do know is I do know that life is challenging. There are obstacles, there is adversity, there's moments where you want to give up. But when you get that word of motivation, that word of encouragement, that word of enlightenment, it can literally change your life. And so all you got to do is just share this with someone and continue to follow me on a variety of platforms. And I promise you, I'm going to do a much better job of coming here on a daily or a weekly basis because we finally got everything set up for me to do so. Have an incredible rest of the week. Have an incredible rest of the day. And remember, 2022, you're going to win, you're going to grow, you're going to evolve, and you're going to make an impact in your community, your nation, and your world.